Hello and welcome. Today we've got ourselves a brand new series. We've done a bit of multiplayer with the RCV League. We have now reached a point with daily schedules where I'm now back to being single player only again. So I'm trying to think what I could do and came across an old video on YouTube for the International Racer Champions back from 1974. It was the first running of it back then. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. We've got that car in the game. I can do that. So that's what we're going to do. So today is going to be round one of that series. We've got 17 legends of 1970s motorsport, plus me, little old me. And in my head, I'm basically a prize winner for a different championship. Say, I don't know, for argument's sake, some other like lower class Porsche championship, and I've been given this prize to and this opportunity to race with these 1970s motorsport legends. So we've got 17 legends, all from multiple countries. So the original IROC didn't really have a massive mix of nationalities. It had a couple of internationals in there, but generally speaking, it was fairly American based, and it was for a number of years afterwards as well, but this is truly multinational. We've also got multiple disciplines being represented here, and we'll get into that when we get into a very short introductory practice. I'm not going to actually do any practice. I'm just going to use the practice to talk about the other drivers and who we've got and the types of car that they've got. So all drivers are going to be in identical machinery. We're all going to be in that Porsche 911 RSR from 1974. It's the same car that was used in the inaugural event back in 1974. And each car, just like back then, has got its own unique colourway. And we'll get into those to introduce the drivers and their colourways, because the car livery is going to stay with that driver throughout the series just to make it easier to follow. In the real world, they swapped cars around so that they never had any advantage on any one car. But in the game, we don't have to worry about that, so that's fine. So the format's going to be a bit different to the inaugural events. We're going to have 7 rounds in total, and they're all going to be held at largely historic circuits. So we've got Kyalami in the first round, then we're going to Spa, then we're heading off to Spielberg, the Nordschleife. Watkins Glen will be a modern day representation of a circuit, but the circuit hasn't really changed very much. Interlagos, the old proper Interlagos, and then we're off to the Daytona Sports Car Course, which is also where the inaugural 74 championship finished up as well. So each of those rounds is going to hold 2 races. One short sprint race between 20 and 30 minutes, depending on the circuit, and one feature race between 40 and 60 minutes. Pit stops will be available, but the races shouldn't need it unless weather comes into play or damage comes into play. Because obviously in the real world, you wouldn't want the pit crew to define the race, so they made them sprint races, and I think that should be the case here as well. So let's fire up a practice, well, the first race, just to confirm we're on version 1.6.9.8.3359, which is the current version as things stand. So we're going to have, it's a 30-minute practice, but we're not doing 30 minutes of practice. It's literally just going to be used just to talk you through the cars. The first race is going to be, fair enough, it's going to be 25 minutes long. It's going to be on today's date, which is, just to confirm, the 15th of the 6th, yep. And we're going to have real weather, so I don't know what this is going to do yet. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to have to check the weather forecast as we go in and make sure we've got a pit strategy ready just in case there's rain due halfway through any race. So the sprint race is going to start at 11 o'clock in the morning, real time, real weather. We're going to have a rolling start, no formation lap. We can have refueling in the pit stop, but we won't need it. No mandatory pit stop, no full course yellow, and a default progressing circuit. We've got 17 drivers plus me on 120 skill level, because here their 120 is, it's maybe a point too low, maybe, but it's relatively comfortable, but on the edge of comfortable, if that makes sense. Wet skill scaler of 1.03, max aggression, standard mistakes, and every race is going to be a random grid slot. Not just for me, but for everybody else, because the custom AI file has got everybody on the same qualifying skill. So when you do a random grid, it really does mix everyone up randomly. So it works really well. Right, let's get into practice and let's go and meet our drivers. Okay, so we have got Denny Hulme from New Zealand in the orange Porsche with white stickers. Got Barry Sheen in the grey Porsche with black stickers. AJ Foyt is in the yellow Porsche with the black stickers. Peter Brock is red with white stickers. Mark Donoghue is dark blue with white stickers. Alan Moffat is light blue with white stickers. Emerson Fittipaldi is red with black stickers. Juan Maria Traverso. Now, that's a name you may not have heard, so I wanted to make this a truly international thing. And this chap is really well known in South America. Now, I could have used, say, Fangio or Carlos Reutemann, but I didn't. I'd already used F1. I wanted to make it multidiscipline, and this chap is his name came up. Not that well known, probably on our side of the Atlantic. But if you go to South America and you say his name, I'm pretty certain, according to Google, you're going to know his name. Yeah, he basically dominated the South American racing scene when he was around. Derek Bell from Endurance fame in a pale yellow with black stickers. Richard Petty in light blue with black stickers. Jackie Stewart in a sort of like a nice sort of Tyrrell blue with white stickers. I've tried to make the colours as the sort of colours that you'd associate with the drivers where I can. Jackie X is in a purple car with white stickers. Henri Pescarolo is in a lime green with white stickers. Mario Andretti is black with white stickers. Graham Hill is in British Racing green with white stickers. Walter Roll is in a white car with black stickers. Hans Stuck is in a grey car with white stickers, and I am in my traditional blue car, very dark blue car with orange stickers. So if we quickly get on track and we shall have a quick look. So Denny Hulme, just to give you an idea of the colours that we're dealing with. So you see there that the Porsche on the front, all the Goodyear stickers, they're all in the white. Barry Sheen here. AJ Foyt. Peter Brock. My hero, Mark Donoghue. That's going to be weird. It's strange now. Racing with these names in there somehow makes a difference up here. It's bizarre. It's really, really odd. Alan Moffat, another hero of mine. Here we go. He's going to be the light blue car with the white stickers. Emerson Fittipaldi, red car, black stickers. Juan Maria Traverso, lime and black. Derek Bell, he's the only pale yellow car, so he's easy to spot, with black stickers. Richard Petty, light blue and black. Jackie Stewart, as you can see, in the Tyrrell blue with white stickers. He's the only Tyrrell blue car as well. Jackie X in the plum or purple and white. Henri Pescarolo, lime green and white. Mario Andretti sticks out like a sore thumb. That's a mean looking car, isn't it? Black with white stickers. Graham Hill, traditional British racing green with white stickers. Walter Roll, multi-discipline, extremely talented man. white car, black stickers, looks pretty cool as well. Handstuck, another multi-discipline master. Just, yeah, doesn't matter what he's driving, he's always super fast. And then myself. Right, so I think without further ado, we need to go and get ourselves into race 1. So race 1's going to be 25 minutes. Oh, wrong one. Continue. Right, so race 1's going to be 25 minutes. It's clear and it's dry at the moment. 17 degrees, 27 degrees track. So let's get the car setup loaded. So I have got, I might as well get rid of that one. So I have got, get rid of that one, thank you, yeah. I've got my own custom setup, but I'm not going to change this setup throughout the entire series. I want to try and make this series on a single setup. And just to show, actually, if I reset the setup now, if we go to the drivetrain, because this is quite a key thing. So note there, final drive 3.875 and fifth gear 1.040. I've made sure that I've maintained that in my setup so that I don't have a speed advantage, because there's possibility that with the newer versions of the game, just freshly released, that this might change a little bit. If I start seeing cars, say at Spa, like leaving me behind on the straights, then I'll start changing my gearing as well. But until then, at the moment, they all seem to be using this 3.875 final drive and a 1.040 fifth. So I've maintained that same. So when I change from wet to dry, all I'm changing is the tyre pressures, and I'm literally just lowering the rear pressures a little bit just to make the rear a bit more stable. Other than that, the setup is exactly the same. I've just literally split them dry and wet so that it's easy for me to change and I don't forget to do the tyre pressures. So that's our base slicks, and let's make sure. So I've got a pit strategy here, so we're starting off dry. So I will get my wet strategy where I don't want fuel. We're going to change all tyres, and they're the pressures, the new pressures. I don't want any repairs just for the time being. So we'll have that ready to go. And selected, back. Right. I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say. This is the this is going to be great. I can't wait. Okay. Right. Right, fuel levels, what do we need? So 25 minutes plus 2 laps, 24. So let's go 26. Wrong way. Right, so 26 litres, slicks. Okay. A very favourable starting position. Graham Hill up the inside. They're very good into the first corner. You'll notice I haven't got the radar on either, and that's by choice. I want this to be as raw as possible. Ooh, bit too fast there. And that was because I've not got a radar on. That was totally my fault. What a donkey. Oh, that's not the start I really wanted there, is it? That's not the start I wanted. I don't know who I made contact with either, but it was totally my own fault. I was too busy watching, I think Jackie X was sort of there. Well, we've got 23 minutes. If they're racing hard, we might be able to latch onto the back. And we're sort of lucky as well in that, although the AI's maxed out at 120, we've still got a bit of an edge, so we might still be able to catch. But you only get points up to 6th place. So I think we're not looking good for points, but hopefully we can get a race out of it. But that's a real shame, because that's basically wasted a really good, favourable starting position. You really do drive this car on the throttle very aggressively, because if you're not aggressive on the throttle, then it kind of pushes the front quite heavily, whereas if you use the throttle, you sort of brake the inside wheel traction just a little bit, and it just allows the car to rotate on the exit nicely. Got to be careful on the brakes, so I did that literally first lap. Ooh. See what we can. Let's see what the gap is now. Okay. Yeah, not a great start, buddy. But totally my own fault. And I'm gutted for you guys, because it means you're not going to get to see the racing I know this has been producing, because I've messed it up basically. But that's racing, isn't it? Bit wide. Didn't quite hook it into the gully there. And the trouble is that they're all bloody good. They're all really tightly packed, so there's never you don't get any stragglers off the back of the pack. If you fall off the pack, yeah, you're in for a lonely race, most likely. Oh, that was right there. That was right on the edge. The rear nearly went. Oh, it's a bit wide. We're all very similar pace, aren't we? Oh, it would have been a cracking race as well. Never mind. Never mind. The times on for you so you can see. Missed that bit. Still, I suppose at least the way it's panned out so far sort of fits in line with the rookie driver sort of thing. A bit over his head. Fits the narrative, doesn't it? I shall spend the rest of my event here trying to gain respectability. overdriving a bit. But understandable given the situation, I'd say. But you can see how close the pack is. There's a few stragglers just off the back. Is there 3 or 4 cars there? But generally they're all very close together. Better. That was better. Gonna run out of time, aren't we? Ah, what a shame. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll sort of let you down a bit there. Sorry. Lock up. Trying too hard. Oh well. We finished the race. How disappointing. But that is, to be fair, so one of the things about this car is if you get the rear swinging, you really struggle to get it back. You cannot take liberties with it. I was taking liberties there. They were all basically qualifying laps. And it's the same on the throttle as well. If you really do silly things with it, it will bite you. It will bite you hard. Well, so race 1, write-off. So who have we got in the lead? Derek Bells, in the lead with Graham Hill second. Oh, Walter Rowling second now. Graham Hill third, Hans Stuck fourth, Mario Andretti fifth, Jackie Stewart sixth. Now the nature of the championship is, although this race is a write-off, it's not the end of the world. It's not ideal, don't get me wrong. I mean, we had a fourth starting slot and kind of really given it away and thrown it away, but it is what it is. But with the random grid slots and the way it's set out, and the fact that everybody is so close, means that the championship is really, it's not lost. And although I'm not getting any points, there'll also be 12 others that don't get points as well. Now, where it is a problem is if the top 6 here are consistently the top 6 in the championship. Yeah, hi Stephen. Yeah, so the car is lovely to drive, really lovely to drive. Ignore the fact that I'm overdriving it. Hopefully we'll do a better job in the second race, and you'll see it hopefully in a much nicer way than what I've demonstrated it so far. Yeah. I'm half tempted just to knock it on the head and then show you the monitor view of the other guys, but at the same time, that's not really what you come here to watch, is it? And you finish your races. Always finish the race, unless you have a reason why you can't finish the race. The AI are really good into this first corner. On the brakes, they are incredible. And they're also really good into this next right-hander as well. Yeah, their braking stability is really good, and their first lap is also very good as well. It's certainly better than my first lap anyway. I suppose it's my own fault as well for making it harder. Because I could have knocked it back to 115 and just cruised around, but that's not really very fair on you guys then. I don't want to manufacture a race, I want you to see a race. Including all the mistakes, which is why I wanted to stream it as well. And the feature race as well is going to be an hour long. I better not mess that one up as well. And it needs a different touch, so you're going to have to look after the tyres a little bit so the car is still there for you at the end of the race. Which means not driving 10 tenths for the full hour. So it gives you a slightly different dynamic to the race, different feel. And I wanted that because some of the drivers are more endurance focused, like Jackie X for example, Derek Bell. They're more endurance drivers, and I didn't want them getting eaten up by the sprint sort of specialists like Hans Stuck. Yeah, Peter Brock, Alan Moffat, you know, although they were famous for Bathurst, which is an endurance race obviously, but really their bread and butter was in the Australian Touring Car Championship, which was sprint races. So, you know, the likes of those guys and Hans Stuck would be very good in this race. But I wanted to give Derek, you know, the Derek Bells and Jackie Ickes and Henri Pescarolos a chance to shine in the longer races. Right, don't know, we might have one more lap after this. Easy. Looks like they're probably going round again. So we've got Derek Bell, Hans Stuck, Graham Hill, Walter Roll, Mario Andretti, Jackie Stewart. So still the same top six. Just wish I was part of it, really. What we'll do, I'll cross the line and I'll jump into the instant replay. That'll give us the last 2 minutes, which means we can watch the last lap from their point of view. And then I'll get into updating the championship table. Well, I'm very sorry I messed it up. Let's have a quick look at the instant replay. Let's watch it from. So you got Derek Bell in the yellow car, Hans Stuck in the grey car, Graham Hill in the green car, Walter Roll in the white car, Mario Andretti in the black car. the racing has just been so fantastic. That's why I'm so gutted that I wasn't part of it, so you couldn't see it. It's been like this the whole time with me in it as well. It's been absolutely fantastic. Oh, I just put it on the curb there. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Stick. I couldn't call that. All right, let's right, where are we? Let's go back a bit further. So Derek Bell, let's go chase. That was, I think, very close, I think. So Handstuck got it. That's the finish line. There, the yellow line. So you got Derek Bell, Graham Hill, Walter Roll, as close as that. And that's in my test races, that's exactly how it's been. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Right, okay, fine. So let's come out of that. Right, let's skip the cool down lap. Get a quick picture of that so I can use that to update my spreadsheet. Okay, right. And then let's jump into the replay. Save it. No other cars? There we go. Right, let's see what happened. Let's see who I squeezed on the exit of the left-hander. I still can't believe I did that. What, I don't know. Right, okay. Let's go back to here and east, choice. So there's Pescarolo. Actually, you could argue he should have backed out of that. Really? He really shouldn't have been there, should he? So he's not really far enough. I mean, had I known he was there, I would have given him space, but he's contacted my... I don't feel like such an idiot now, because I really don't... If that had been me, he's all four wheels off the circuit. He should have conceded that, I think, and come back. I feel not vindicated, because had I known he was there, I would have given him more room. But yeah. And I suspect the stewards would probably say, you know, that's just racing, mate. Suck it up. So, right, okay, I'll leave you with that now. And I shall do my spreadsheet now. I can fill in the form whilst you're watching that. So, and 10 points. Derek Bell, 6 points. Graham Hill, 4 points. Walter Roll, 3 points. Mario Andretti, 2 points. And Jackie Stewart, 1 point. Oh yeah, Jackie Stewart, 1 point. Okay. So, let's quickly pause that for you now, and then let's get this up now. So, we are, if I get rid of that, so we've got a nice formatted championship table here, which hopefully will work out nicely throughout the championship. So we're going to have, for each round, is going to be the sprint race / feature race points. Currently, we're in the finishing order of the first race. So we've got Hanstuck, Derek Bell, Graham Hill, Walter Roll, Mario Andretti, and Jackie Stewart. We're going to follow both sprint races and feature races separately, but the one we only really care about is the orange, is the overall. So let's get rid of that. Let's now head back and set up the feature race. So I probably could use the inbuilt championship for this, but I wanted to do this as a separate thing with my own stuff. So the feature race is going to be 1 hour long. Let's hope it's not a lonely hour, starting at 5 in the evening. Real time, real weather, everything else the same basically. So yeah, it's going to be a longer race, but starting at 5 o'clock. Nice dusk time. Okay, we'll leave practice on for the moment because I'm going to use that to do my steering position. So when you sit in this car for the first time, your seating position is sort of to the side. I don't know if that's how it was in the real car or not, but it looks a bit weird when you're when you're sat there and the steering wheel slightly offset to what you can see. Right, if you could just excuse me just for a moment, because my cat has done a massive poo in the litter box and it absolutely stinks. I'm going to get rid of that, so just bear with me just a moment. Do you ever get the impression that sometimes someone's trying to tell you something? She tried to nick my seat as well. She did it on purpose. She came in here, dropped a massive great log, stunk the place out, got me off my seat, and then sat in my warm chair. Oh, the cheek of it. Right, anyway, so, yeah, free practice drive. So, yeah, so the steering wheel's to the right. So I just bring that. There we go, right. Okay, so return to pits, skip to end, and continue. Where are we starting? Oh, middle of the pack, 10th. That's not a bad starting spot, is it? So, Henri Pescarolo, Derek Bell, Jackie X, Denny Holm, Walter Roll. So we've got a couple of the guys that were ahead of us in the in the points paying positions, starting ahead of us. Right. Right, don't mess this one up, Andrew. I don't think it was unlucky, Stephen. It was just, I don't know. It's just racing, isn't it? Really, I suppose it's just one of those things. I think I personally would have given that up if I was in Pescarolo's shoes there, but if we were all the same, it would be a very boring place, wouldn't it? So, edit, load. Well, may as well. Let's get that off. So, slicks. Right, so we're doing a 60-minute race, so we need 54 litres. So let's make that 56 litres. Right, so we're going to have 56 litres, and that's it. Not going to change anything else. And just in case it starts to rain, pit strategy, it's going to start clear, dry, 19:30, starting at 5 o'clock. So just in case we have rain, let's get the wet pit strategy set up. Right, okay. Don't mess it up, Andrew. Right, you got an hour, so yeah, don't mess it up. So base, slicks, wets. I was going to have one last check. 56 litres. Okay. Right, base, slicks, wet. Starting from 10th. Let's go. Let's go do this. I might not be quite so talkative in this one. That's Richard Petty there in the blue car. I'm going to be a bit generous on space. Ooh. And stuck around the outside, you beast. Right, let's get settled in here, shall we? We dropped one spot. I'm okay with that. As I said, all of these guys, they're all absolutely top notch in the custom AI file. They really are like the cream of the 70s drivers. Haven't quite got the car warmed up yet fully. Donahue having a crack at the Stuck there. Behind us, that is, in the mirror. Now this is what the first race should have been. Doing about they're being very good in there, they're so fast in. Oh, I thought Stuart was going to stick it up the inside then. Couldn't have blamed him though, there was a gap. That works lovely, doesn't it? Right, wary of the descent there from Petty, so I'm going to keep it tight. He's going for the outside. No, cool, right. Maybe I'm just not very good through there, I don't know. But they certainly seem extremely good. Compared to me at least, anyway. Quite got the front end to bite on the right there. I was hoping he was going to defend there and sacrifice his exit a little bit. Could have had him then. But if I'd have been a bit more patient on the brakes and turned in later and squared off the corner more, got on the throttle earlier, I think I could have tucked it in tight and had Andretti there. Ooh, alright lads, calm down. I think that was Jackie Hicks in the purple car that was on the curb, and Walter Roll in the white car. Come on, come on. Worth a look. Come on, defend your bugger. Just defend it. Gotcha. I was going for the outside. No, no. He's still there. A bugger. Oh, well played. All this is bringing Stuck and Jackie Stewart back into it. That move works brilliantly. Look, I've got Foyt as well. It doesn't help that I lost the rear there in the first race as well, so I'm a little bit tentative anyway, but they are extremely good there. Missed the apex a bit there. So the nice thing is with the gearing, you get an advantage right up to the fact you're right up to the point where you're bouncing off the limiter. But as soon as you start bouncing off the limiter, you all equal out. Any damage? No. Got away with that. Is that Andretti to my side? Yep. I've got Andretti to my right. Okay, right, clear. That was lucky, wasn't it? Looked like Jackie X got up on the curb and got in all sorts of bother. We're in the points. Stephen, so the fuel calc at the start was the second monitor app. It's got a little fuel calculator there. You basically plug in the user's previous runs to determine, based on race length, plus a fudge factor of safety, tells you how many litres you, in theory, should need to complete the race. Very handy. In fact, actually, the second monitor app is just a really helpful thing to have, because it makes up for the not having a crew chief doing it for you. These guys are playing for keeps, aren't they? They are not playing around. I kind of want to get stuck in, but I'm also mindful that I need to keep my rear tyres in good condition for the end of the race. And we've still got 43 minutes of this to go, so and I suspect that over those 43 minutes we'll probably see some mistakes from these guys. And whilst I've not got much pressure from behind, I'm sort of tempted just to sort of let them race. Jackie X again on that curb. Very different in second gear through there. Felt very weird. The car didn't feel very settled at all. Sucker! I suspect we won't hold this, yeah. It needs to be a lot more done and dusted for that to pay off. I hope you can see now why I was so gutted about the first race, because you missed out on this. But I was gutted because you missed out on it because of me. Gotcha. You're not getting out of that, mate. Nah. Oh, he kept it tight. Oh. Oh, I thought I had you. Not all of these cars are going to end up in the pits still straight, are they? That was very close to track limits, though. Jackie Hicks with the narrow line again. Bit late on turn, isn't it? That's what Pasquarolo should have done in the first race. This is looking good. This is looking good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's this speed come from? I shouldn't be this. I shouldn't have this overlap of speed. No, 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 no. Just left 5 skid marks behind. Stop, 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 stop. Crikey, Denny, calm down, mate. Getting a push from Fittipaldi as well. Leave me alone. Getting a little bit frantic. Come on, Denny. I haven't quite got the front end I had at the start of the race now. It makes that cutback a bit harder. No. No. Really are so good in there. Look, I just cannot. I can't do what they do. Am I South African? No, I'm not. No, I'm British. I'm from Suffolk, though, if that makes any difference. When I was at school, I got asked if I was Australian. Maybe it's just the accent. No, there's no air intake adjustment on this car. It's relatively basic, actually. It's roughly about the same as the JCW Mini, only you also can change ratios. It's just nowhere to go, is there? It's just nowhere to go. I kind of need these guys to sort of break up a little bit, but just so I can tackle them one at a time. No, so Kyalami just because it's a really good first track to introduce everything. After Kyalami, we're off to Spa, and then we're off to Austria. Then I think it's the Nordschleife after that, I think. All the vintage 70s layouts. Then we're off to Watkins Glen, Interlagos 76, the long version, and then we finish up at Daytona Sports Car Course because that's where the inaugural series in real life finished up. No hard feelings, Mr. Pescarolo. Yeah, that over-under move's not working for me now. Ooh, this is looking good. Bit dodgy. We might not get them all, but we should hopefully get one or two of them. Denny's right there still. Okay, he's clear. Oh no, I got spooked by Denny Holm. Oh, he done me. I guess that's why I'm a mere club driver who's here as a guest. And they're the legends that they are, I suppose. Still, we get a double toe instead now, so every cloud. I'm not going to block because that would be a very late. Oh, Derek, no need. The king and country, yeah? Come on. Come on. Not this time, Denny. Right. See if we can build a bit of a gap now. Cheers, Franco. Yeah, it hasn't mattered which circuit I've been to, the racing has been like that. But at other circuits, it lasts for longer because at other, say like the Nordschleife, for example, oops, I have to run it at about 100. because it's so much faster. Here it's maxed out at 120. If I could, I'd run it about 122 if I could. We're not done here yet. Yeah, other circuits, because you have to knock it, you have to run at about 115-ish, and in some cases even lower than that, like at the Nordschleife, where it's just clearly weird. You get to run it, so you cannot win, you know, and that's really nice for you guys. It's rubbish for me, but it's great for you guys. We've got a bit of a gap to Derek Bell now. It's not much of a gap, but it's better than nothing. And look at the track map, look how close everybody is. Doesn't take much just to lock that rear axle a little bit, and it will bite you. You think you're comfortable, you start taking a few liberties. No. Derek Bell's back on me again now. Stop. I've also got mechanical failures on as well, so I need to be kind to the car as well. Haven't got the front end bite that I had at the start. Car is still balanced, but it just doesn't. You know when you got nice fresh edges on the tyres and it just moves. It goes exactly where you point it. Don't have that. Oh, that's 3 times in a row I've gone too quick into there. Too much talking. Jackie X in second now. I don't think so, Jackie. No. I'm probably a bit tight. I'm a bit too tight on that corner, and it is costing me time. But what it does do is it makes it absolutely clear to the AI that there is not a gap there. And if they're going to do it, they've got to go around the outside. That's better. So fuel-wise, we're perfectly fine. We'll have finished the race with around about 4.5 litres of fuel left. The biggest gap we've had so far. Well, the right-hand tyres could use some more heat. The left not too bad at all. Tyre wear on is slightly heavier on the rear, but that's to be expected just because of the way I'm driving it. But the loaded side, the left side, is very even. It's very close on tyre wear. But we're getting, it's 28 degrees, that's still pretty hot, isn't it, the track? Still 28 degrees track temperature. I mean, it's not hot, but it's not cold either. I would love for the hot air balloons to flash up with flame when they ignite them. Every now and again, that'd be awesome to see. Quite feel as stable at the rear. I don't know if it's just me now. Could be temperature. It could just be me. But you don't have much tolerance with this car, so I would rather play it safe. And just build a little safety margin into my driving. Fittipaldi in second now. Come on. Seeing all the trackside stuff come to life now with the changing light. Just getting little warning shots from the car, just reminding me that I can't lean on it like I did before. It's got some pace on it. We're in trouble there, I think. Oh, I think we're in a bit of trouble here. I need them to start scrapping, really. Come on. That's close, wasn't it? I'll be vulnerable here, I think. We've got Denny Holm and Derek Bell in second and third. The rear was not too happy there on the way in. Now, to be fair, so not only are they top notch in their race skill, they're also top notch in their tyre management as well. So yeah, I guess the club racer, which is me, in theory wouldn't be as good at it as what they are. I could tweak it, but actually I think it's pretty realistic compared to what I'd expect to happen. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No room at the inn, Denny. A bit of a cork in the bottle at the moment. Two minutes 30. 3 more laps to go. Is that right? No, 2 more laps to go. 2 more laps to go. That was a nice gap here, haven't we? It's looking good. Right. One last good clean lap, Andrew. I can't describe to you how on edge the rear of the car is on downshift into that first corner and into this one as well. And it's not really the setup, it's the car, it's what it's like. It's its natural character. Yes. Nice. That was great. That was really good. Right, let's have a look at the results. Let's get around here. Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that. Yeah, makes up for the first race a little bit. Let's have a little look at the last lap from. Let's have a look from Denny Holm. Oh, Denny. Oh. Right, let's get on to Pescarolo's view then. So we've got myself, Emerson Fittipaldi, Henri Pescarolo. That's not right, is it? Because Derek Bell's behind Fittipaldi. That's not right. That's a bit weird. Okay, so ignore the timings there. It's me, Fittipaldi in the red car, Derek Bell in the yellow car, and that's Henri Pescarolo there in the lime car with Denny Hulme behind him. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight between Bell and Hulme. Looks like Pescarolo got that, doesn't it? What is going on there? Yeah, so that Pescarolo is going to have that ahead of Derek Bell. Fantastic. Awesome. Right, okay. Yes, this is single player, yeah. Yes, single player. Right, okay, so let's skip the cool down lap. Get a picture of those results. I know it's a bit of a faff, but it's it does the job. Let's view the replay. Save the replay. And I'll leave this with you while I do the paperwork. Right. Take those off, don't need those anymore. Pause that. Let's get back. So championship results are. Get rid of that. So results are we are tied at the top with Hans Stuck. So that second race, so in the first race, although I was beating myself up, I did say with the way that the grid is and the random start slots and stuff, it's not the end of the world. There's a good chance you can recover your day, as long as the cards fall right or not right for the other drivers. So we're tied. We've got Derek Bell in third, Emerson Fittipaldi in fourth, with Graham Hill, Henri Pescarolo, Mario Andretti, Walter Roll, Denny Hulme, and Jackie Stewart is the last of the point scoring drivers from that round. So that's just over half. So just over half the drivers have got points coming out of this first round, which, bear in mind, only 6 get points per race. Yeah, that means that only 2 drivers scored points in both then. So we've got Derek Bell scored in both, and Andretti scored in both. Everyone else only had a point score in one race. So yeah, it really does come down to maximising what you got. Yeah. Right, okay, let's what I'll do, I will get screenshots of that, and I'll put a community post up with the current standings. And I might also have a look at getting each replay and doing a separate video which shows the race from a replay view. I think there's an app which you can use, which I believe sort of picks and chooses which cars to look at based on gaps and stuff. It's very, I don't know how it works, but in my mind it must be pretty clever. Although I'm sure it's not much more than logic in the background, but even so, someone's got to come up with that logic. So I'll see if I can get my hands on that. There's a chap who was racing in the RCV League called Daniel Bourne. He's got his own channel, check it out. And he might be using that, I'm not sure. So I'll have a chat with him and see if I can find out how best to do that. So I don't just want it to be a replay of just my car, because that's a bit boring. You've seen my car, I don't want you seeing that again. We'll see if I can get you a replay which almost shows like a TV sort of edit, if you know. So, where are we? Yeah, so I should catch up with the chat, shouldn't I, really, because I was a bit quiet. So yeah, I saw Franco's one. Thank you very much, Franco, for that. That's really cool. And a goodbye present. Okay, cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, nice indeed. Yes, it is single player. Yes, these are a lot of fun, these cars, but you got to respect them. If you chuck them around too much, you can move them around a little bit, but if you chuck them around, they're going to bite you at some point. It's only a matter of time. You might get away with it for a little while, but at some point, it's going to say, enough's enough, mate. Get out. And it will send you off to the outside of the circuit, or in some cases on the inside of the circuit. So when you spin in these cars, sometimes you end up on the inside of the circuit, which is quite weird. But yeah, so, but yes, great fun, and in this format as well, very, very cool. Now this is my own custom AI file. Everything is like really bunched up together, because essentially every driver in here is a legend, and everyone in here is extremely good. There is no real field spread, so everyone's very, very tightly packed, which is why the whole field finished, you know, within, you know, a few seconds. I don't know what the gaps were, was it? So after an hour, the last place finisher was Barry Sheen, and he was 7.8 seconds off the end of the thing, I think, looking at that. Yeah, so yeah, it's a very, very tightly packed grid, and if you fall off the back of the pack, as I did in the first race, as you saw, you're in for a very frustrating, and in this case, mildly embarrassing like 20 minutes. So, right, let's go with the standards. So, did it go to plan? The second race did. First race definitely did not. What went well? The second race went well. The tyre management, I felt like they did a better job of tyre management than I did, but I don't know what else I could have done. I mean, I tried to conserve as much as I could. I wasn't getting involved with the front group when I was sitting there. I kind of moved around a little bit. I kind of had a little bit of fun, but I wasn't really properly getting stuck in. I think really the AI file could do with having that knocked back a little bit on their ability to save tyres, but at the same time, in this scenario, I am a guest driver. I've won a prize for winning a lower category, which has allowed me to then race with these legends. So I'm a lesser driver in with a group of professionals who would be very good at it. So in that respect, I think it's only right that they do that better than I do as well. So even if in the game they shouldn't be, I think it's right that they do. So I'm quite happy with that. What needs work? Well, I could work on my tyre management. I could definitely work on not screwing up the first lap in the first race next time. But I still say Pescarolo was being a little bit silly there. I mean, I found myself in the same situation as Pescarolo did in the first race with me, but in the second race with me in Pescarolo's position, but against Fittipaldi, and it was so obvious to me, I have to back out. It's my responsibility in this situation to back out. And that's exactly what I did, and funnily enough, we both went on our merry way, and we both finished the race in a good finishing spot. So yeah, but hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we've come out at the end of the races for this round one and we are tied at the top of the tree. So I think for a guest prize-winning driver, if you were in real life, you would take that, wouldn't you? Definitely, all day long. So yeah, very, very happy. Any incidents? Yes, only of my own making. The second spin in the first race was entirely, again, my own fault. I just overcooked it into that corner, and that's a good example there of if you abuse the car, it's going to bite you. You'll get away with it for a certain amount of time, and then it'll just say, enough's enough, get out. And that's exactly what happened there. I mean, I was already like fighting for, like, you know, 16th, 17th, 18th at best anyway. So yeah, it's just a shame for you guys. I just felt sorry for you guys because you tuned in, you come to watch a race, and you didn't get a race. Instead, you just got someone driving around at the back looking like an idiot. So shame. Anyway, right, so what's next? So next up, we've got round two. Round two is at Spa, Old Spa. It's the 1,000 kilometre layout. Now, we did this layout with the RCV League with the mini challenge a few weeks back. It was really good. And in these cars, it's really, really good. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It might bring some Spa weather as well. So don't forget that these races are set to present day, exactly present day. So I haven't seen these conditions before. I don't know what they're going to be, and it's real weather. So I mean, I can look at the Met Office forecast and I can get an idea of roughly what to expect. And I've got the little widget in the bottom right hand corner when I go into the race, but I don't really know what's happening, so I have to try and plan ahead my pit strategies and stuff just in case. So Spa, long story short, could definitely bring in some nasty weather and a few surprises, and if it does that, it's not really the place you want to have bad weather, but we'll see how it goes. So when that'll be, I'm not entirely sure. I will make it as soon as I can, but yeah, you'll know. There'll be a thing pop up on your feed with a notification for the stream a day or so before it's due to happen. So it's a bit of a late one, this one. It was a bit late notice, this one. And unfortunately, that's just the way life is at the moment. Things are a little bit late notice. So yeah. Anyway, right. That just leaves me to say thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for everyone who's contributed tonight. That's really, really cool. I wasn't expecting that at all. So that's really cool. So thank you very much. And yeah, until round two, thanks very much. We will see you later.